There you go. All right, folks. Thank you for joining me tonight. This is yusufchowdhury here in San Antonio, Texas, for the San Antonio Marketing Group. We are doing a live session on LinkedIn 101. So make sure y'all write some notes. If you have any question, I'll check it later tonight. I'll respond to you. All right, so let's go and start. So as I was mentioning by show of hand, how many of you actually have a LinkedIn account? All of you? Okay, perfect. For how long since it came out? No?
No.
Okay. So how about this? Tell me what kind of challenges you guys are going through so I can help you out. So any challenges,
Like for me, pretty much it's how to even use LinkedIn to generate like leads, to generate any form of traffic. Like how should my profile look? And
Excellent.
What should I put out there?
How about you, Jay?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering how it kind of fits into building a whole online presence.
Okay. On the back right there.
Same thing, I just want to generate leads.
Okay. Anthony.
I'm going to get more into the blogs, posting articles,
Yes.
ideas.
Yes, because right now LinkedIn has an option where you can actually blog within their own platform. It's called Plus or Pulse, right? Yeah. So you can have like a blog post out within LinkedIn, which is pretty cool because LinkedIn is going to promote you. It's going to get you some exposure. Okay. So that's a really awesome thing. In fact, they also bought another company called Linda.
LinkedIn.com.
Yeah, they bought Linda.com. So when you go to one of the sections that says Learning Center, it actually takes you to Linda.
LinkedIn.com gives you, if you want, 30-day free trial of online service tutorials.
Yeah, so I think I only did that for a couple of $1,000,000.
It's like $25, and if you want the ones with the workbook, it's like $35.
Yes. Okay. So that's my cell phone number. If you have any questions anytime, feel free to contact me. You can call me at 4 o'clock in the morning. Jonathan knows that. There's no answer. Okay. So feel free to do that. And if you want to connect with me on all the social channels, like, what you call it, Periscope, Instagram, just look up my name and connect with me and ask me any question right there. And that's my personal website. So what we're going to talk about today, these are the, yes.
Because I'm transitioning from a job I worked 10 years to a nonprofit and starting my own. And so it's kind of that, how do I, or that identity, we did not use LinkedIn. It wasn't encouraged.
Okay.
I don't want to use it. So it's kind of get rid of that persona and establish my own.
That's a good question. If you don't have a LinkedIn that exists, you don't have to worry about it because you don't have it. Right?
Well, see, I have it under that name.
I see.
But my name, but now I'm changing, so I need to do that. So.
Let's look at it a little forward.
And what Linda is like,
It's LYNDA.com. If you're on Pacific time, you need to call and tell them when the 30, because they'll try to give you a 7-day trial. Tell them you want the 30-day free trial.
I'm not even ready for that, so I can study it.
Well, the thing is this, you have to understand one thing though. When it comes to LinkedIn profile, first of all, it's a social media channel, right? And plus, it's about your identity. Does that make sense? So if you're going to change to a different personality, you can do that. There's an option that you can actually turn off the notification. Do you remember how every time you make some changes, it tells everyone, what did you do? And everyone's going to send you, oh, God, this is a new job. There's a feature right now you can turn it off. So any changes you make, they're not going to see it. So if you have to transition, that is up to you. I mean, that's a decision. I cannot tell you, just go ahead and for it. That's something you know, that why you want to transition. Okay? So we'll talk about how to optimize the profiles because a lot of time, most people don't know how to set up their LinkedIn account. They all look cheesy. They all look like not even interesting. And they look the same. So you got to stand out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my profile, okay? So you can basically copy and use the same thing, okay? Then we'll talk about how to do a search and connect with others. What is adding gallery, okay? And one of the ways that you can actually build your brand in LinkedIn is by joining groups. Like doing real estate investment, right? So you can join real estate investment groups and go there and engage with them, give them some value, give them some tips, give them some advice. Does that make sense? That's how you build your brand, by giving valuable content, valuable tips, valuable advice, instead of selling and promoting, right? Then what's the benefit of recommendation and endorsement? We'll talk about that. And the company page is kind of strange because a lot of people don't use the company page. That's the funny part. I mean, even a lot of professionals, a lot of companies, they might have it, but most of the activity happens where? On the personal profile. But if you want to create a company page, I would say focus on your personal profile, and if you want to build it, it is so easy to create a company page. All it needs, a banner, company name, description of the company, and that's about it, the product. There's nothing else, you know. It's not like Facebook. Facebook is different, okay? So we'll show you how to do that. Now, when it comes to the profile, these are some of the stuff that you need to make sure that you implement. First thing first, you have to make sure that your profile is 100% complete. What I mean by that, when you set up the account and fill it up, it will give you a score, like, you know, 20%, 70%, 80%. What you have to do, you have to make sure that it is 100% complete. Why? Because that's how you're going to be easily be findable and searchable. Because sometimes when your account is not complete and people are looking for your name, for some reason, they're having a hard time to find you. I don't know if you've experienced that, right? You probably talk to somebody in a conference, in an event, and you try to look up for the name, they don't show up. So what do? You go to advanced search, you type the city, you type the zip code, now you find them. So the problem is it becomes like a 2, 3, 4-way step process, and you don't want to do that. So in order for you to pop up quickly, you have to make sure that your profile is 100% complete. What I mean by that, you have to basically fill up all the information. Whatever LinkedIn asks you to do, fill them up as much as you can. Again, I'm going to show you how I set up my profile so that you get some idea and follow through, okay? Second mistake, a lot of people that set up a LinkedIn account, for some reason, they don't create custom URL. What I mean by that, if you have a Facebook account, you're going to say facebook.com/Jonathan, right? Twitter.com/Jonathan, right? Same thing with LinkedIn. It's going to be linkedin.com/in or in/your name. Does that make sense? And the best thing you need to do is you got to stay consistent. So if your personal name in Facebook is the same in Twitter, make sure your LinkedIn is the same too because of the consistency. Now sometimes what's going to happen, LinkedIn is going to tell you maybe your name is taken by somebody else. So you have to use your name dot something or weird numbers. But do your best to have your own name because that becomes your identity. Does that make sense? Like mine is linkedin.com/in/yusufchowdhury. That's my profile. I'm going to show you how to set that one up. Put keywords to your headline and the description of your business. So when you describe your business, because guess what? The way LinkedIn works, actually people can search. Like people can actually look for San Antonio consultant, San Antonio real estate in the search, and if those information are in your bio or in summary, there's more chance that you're going to be found. Does that make sense? And one of the techniques that I do that most people don't is that when you create the account, you're going to have your first name and your last name, right? Like your first name and last name on the profile, correct? What I did, I put my full name on the first name, and on the last name, I put my title. Because if somebody search for, I'm going to show an example. If you search in LinkedIn right now, digital marketing consultant, of course, myself and somebody else that are in the same niche, they will show up. The only difference is the digital marketing consultant is in my name. So I stand out. That's how I get leads. Because they can quickly know, oh, okay, I was looking for this person. Here you go. Okay, that was a trick. I've been using it, and it's still working. Okay? Add relevant skills and expertise aligned with the experience. So do not treat LinkedIn like a resume. That's another big mistake. Do not treat LinkedIn like a resume. It's not a resume. You know how the resume bullet points, right? Don't do that. If you say, I work, well, let's say with Geekdom, you can say, what did you do there? And how you benefited Geekdom. Or if you let's assume you worked at Braxton's. You can talk about how I worked at Braxton's for 5 years and how by working with them I learned so many skills and I provided value. I made the company improve their business. Speak in the first person. Do not speak in the third person. That's another mistake. I mean, why would you speak in the third person when I'm the one who's looking at you, right? It's a stuck weird. Like, to come to see you, why are you going? That guy said your name is Steve. It's gonna be weird. So that's not gonna look good, okay? Speak in the first person. Describe what you did, not bullet points. Don't use bullet points. just describe, like, I spent this many years at this company, and this is how I benefited, this is how I learned, this is what I produced, and you can put all this stuff, okay? Build reputation through writing, work experience, and make sure that you have, make sure to have recommendation with it. I think minimum, one of the reasons if your profile is not complete, because LinkedIn requires you to have at least 2 recommendations. So you must have 2 recommendations to make your profile 100% complete. So ask anybody that you know, your colleagues, your friends, whoever you work with, hey, give me at least 2 recommendations, okay? That way I can get my profile completed. And the recommendation is like a testimonial. Does that make sense? That's what, I think the recommendation is much valuable than endorsement. Because endorsement is like one of those lazy way of recommending, right? Because you don't write anything, you just click somebody, this is their skill, and it's so crazy that some people send me so many endorsements that I don't even know them. Why should I endorse you? Hey, I endorse you, can you endorse me back? That's true. Don't do that. I mean, that's really unprofessional.
Can we cover that so we can see that side?
Of course, we'll see that. I wanna go through this. I think I have like 15 slides. We're gonna go through this quickly. Then we're gonna look at the profile and go through all that. Okay? Just wanna make sure you understand all these options right here. All right. Use professional headshot, please. Do not use a picture of a cat. Okay? Or a picture of you when you're a baby. Now we're just going to take it seriously. This is a professional social media platform. Companies hire people by looking at their LinkedIn profile.
See, we're allowed to put they work for the fire department, but they put the logo of the agency.
That's not, you're going to do that, put it on the company page. Why would you put a logo on the company? It's a personal profile.
That's what they're using.
That's wrong. You should go slap them. Okay? Wake up, man, that's not right. Because it's about communicating with you. If you're the CEO of a company, your face should be there. Does that make sense? Because it's a personal, professional profile. It's not a company page. Yes, in the company page you can have a picture of the logo. Some even argue, some social media folks say, no, always use your face. Which, in a way, I kind of disagree. And why do I disagree? I have clients who are attorneys and surgeons. So when I set up the Facebook business page, I'm not going to have one person's face. Does that make sense? Because they're civil surgeons, and they all deal with their patients. So personal profile doesn't work everywhere. It depends on the niche, it depends on the market. But when it comes to LinkedIn, you gotta have a face because it's personal. It's not a company face. Does that make sense? And make sure you have a good-looking photo headshot. And that photo, make sure that's everywhere. What I mean by that, it's on Twitter, it's on Facebook, it's everywhere else. Why? Consistency matters. Because if they find you in LinkedIn and they're searching your Twitter account, you have to have the same picture. Don't put a picture of you in LinkedIn like you were 20 years old and in Twitter like you're 50. Don't do that. You're going to confuse them. You're going to confuse them, okay? Add media, this is what I love. The add media format, guess what? Now, in the summary section area and in the work experience, guess what? You can add your PowerPoint. You can share your knowledge. You can put your PowerPoint presentation. You can put your PDF files. You can even add YouTube channel, YouTube videos. So right now, your profile, instead of looking like a regular resume, it looks more dynamic. You know what? I'm looking at your profile. I can see you have some training programs. I can see you have these awesome documents, Word documents, PDF documents, and some awesome YouTube channels. That is more dynamic, that is more interesting to somebody that's looking for you. Does that make sense? Because everyone else just has these bullet points like a resume. Boring. You know what I'm saying? But you have to stand out. Because right now, your LinkedIn, even though it is assumed like a resume, but it's dynamic. You have more stuff to offer than just what you do. Does that make sense? And again, I'm going to show you how mine looks. Add links with call to action. So let's say you have a lead capture on a website. You can add a link. So somebody could click and take them back to your website, and there you have the lead capture or some sort of, give me your name and email address. That's how you collect leads. Does that make sense?
What's that link? Add links and call to action?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Add links with call to action. So they go to the link, it's a landing page. Get in the list. That's what I mean. Call to action. Come on, Anthony.
I wanted to add the link to,
You've been
let's say,
many times. Huh?
FEMA Emergency Management Institute, I can add that link.
Yeah, if they go to your website that says call this number or submit, that's what it's for. This is for lead capture. So if you want to capture leads, why not put a link with the call to action that says get into the list, especially with this investment, right?
So you But you want a call to action on your personal profile.
Yeah,
You
in
don't
the
want it to be
summary,
your
in the summary, when we go back in the summary, you can say something like, if you want to receive, or if you want to get into the list, or if you want X, Y, and Z, click on this link. Or act now, and we'll take them to our lead pages. That's how you capture them. You can also have an intro video in the summary. Imagine that. Have an intro video, like less than a minute, in the summary that explains what you do. You can also do that. Again, to stand out from the rest. Okay? You gotta be a little bit different, because if everyone's the same, you're not gonna stand out. Does that make sense?
What about the ones where they totally put everything on there?
Well, again, it's up to you. What is the purpose of putting everything? Because sometimes if you put everything, let's say I volunteered locally with the high school or with the homeless shelter or the women's shelter, I did so many things. Sometimes when you do that, it means who you are. They want to understand who you are. What kind of person are you? Does that make sense? Because you don't want to treat your LinkedIn profile again like resume. If it's resume, some people, what they do, they only put specific experiences for the specific job they're looking for. Does that make sense? But in LinkedIn, it's up to you. You can put anything. You can put, I volunteered in this area, I did this, just different things.
The reason I ask that, because I know one person who's got way more qualifications than I do. He put everything, he's only got like a little over 500 contacts, and I know somebody who has.
Is he proactive?
Huh?
Is he proactive? Does he put content? Does he share material?
No, he doesn't.
Well, there you go.
And then the other person
Right.
has the same qualifications, but he didn't put all that stuff on, every single certificate he earned in life. And he's got like triple the contacts.
Numbers don't matter. Numbers don't matter. What matters is the quality. Because unfortunately, LinkedIn, everyone follows everybody. I have like 15,000 pending invitations. I just don't have time to, because if I look at all of them, they're not relevant. They're just adding people like crazy. I don't want to do that. I want to see who you are. Like, why you want to add me? If I meet you like in a conference, yes, I'll add you. And I send you a private message, hey, we met at this event. We'd love to connect with you, blah, blah, blah. But there are some people just like spammers. They just add stuff to show off. Look how many followers I have. What's the point? You know what I'm saying? I have some people, recruiters. I'm not an employee. I don't look for a job. You know what I'm saying? Why do you want to add me? It says I'm a consultant. I have my own company. Why do you want to hire me as an employee? So you're not relevant to my connection. You see what I'm saying? So number doesn't matter. What matters is the quality. Like who actually is interested in what you have to offer and how they can connect with you. Does that make sense? Now, even if you want to follow everyone, sometimes networking is good. That is up to you. But you have to really understand that number is not a priority. What the priority is, quality. Who I'm following. Does that make sense? Who are the connections? Because you will see a lot of weird stuff to your LinkedIn. Like recently, like people just keep adding me. I'm like, man. Like some people say, hey Yusuf, I have a new project. Can you check it out? I'm like, before you ask me to check something, can we at least talk? Like, how you doing? What's your, like, what do you do? How can I help you? How can I serve you? Can I read your blog? Can I read your content? Can I give you some feedback instead of just jumping in? Hey, check out my stuff. I'm like, why should I check your stuff?
Is it bad not to add somebody and then you see them later on like, wait, you didn't add me too?
Well, here's the thing. If somebody added you, say, hey, thank you for the connection. I really appreciate it. I look forward to get to know you. That's it. That's how you start. And how can I serve? How can I assist you? What do you do? Just like in real life. I mean, in real life, if you meet somebody in a networking event, are you going to just sign for a contract right away? No. You get to know the person, just know them a little bit, see what kind of help they need. And it's always about them, not you. What I mean by that is somebody added me, the first thing I say, how can I serve you? What can I do for you? Like, how can I help you? Are you looking for anything? Are you looking for something interesting? Maybe I can help. Does that make sense? I offer the help, not necessarily like, hey, get my stuff, buy my stuff. That doesn't work like that. Because again, it is a social media channel. It is not a broadcast. It's not a traditional, TV or a billboard. And if you want people to follow you, what you do is write a blog in LinkedIn, share some content. Just like Facebook, share some valuable content. Make sure people engage. Go join the groups and engage there. Like, offer tips, offer advice. That's how people are going to follow you back. Because you're putting value. Does that make sense? When it comes to social media, this is like a rule number one. Always provide value. Anywhere, it doesn't matter. Whether you use LinkedIn, or YouTube, or podcast, or Periscope, as long as you provide value, you create trust. When you create trust, you create that awesome relationship. That awesome relationship will become from a call lead into a loyal paying customer because they can see what you're offering, how you're helping them. Does that make sense? That rule number one works on any social platform. It doesn't matter. Any platform you're going to use, even if it's a Snapchat, if you provide value, people are going to follow you back. Okay? Right now, I know they changed the layout, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with the banner. You can have a banner on the back of your LinkedIn profile with a nice message. I'm not sure what's going to happen right now because they just recently, I think 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, they made a drastic change in their layout. It looks like a freaking Facebook, you know, like a Twitter. We'll show you how it looks, okay? So this is the profile. So when it comes to your LinkedIn profile, you have to follow these steps. Okay? Any questions so far? We good? All right. Now, there you go. Mac is on crack. It froze. Okay. So the other thing is when it comes to search and connect. So what happened? If you want to search for someone, you can look based on the company. Like let's say you know a specific company you want to target them, you can actually pull that company and you can see all the employees that have a LinkedIn account in that company. So you can connect with them like that. You can connect through your colleague from college. You can look up for the name. You can look at the university that you went to and see all the information. You can also connect by searching the name. Okay? And the strategy is just like your network, you might want to connect with your target market. So if you're into real estate investment, you have to look for somebody that are interested in, buying properties, getting into real estate. You don't just want to connect with everyone. Does that make sense? So, let's see, does it work now? Yeah, there you go. Search for leads through connecting with potential clients, connect with college graduate, focus on quality connection. Don't just focus on the numbers. Just like in any social media platform, focus on the quality. Look at these connections. Are these folks CEO of a company? Are these folks have a big business? Are these folks interested in whatever you have to offer, right? Look at how many connections they have. Look at their profile. Are they active? Are they sharing content? Are they blogging? Connect with those folks, okay? Filter results geographically. So when you do a search and connect, you can actually select the location. How can I connect with people? If you want to connect only with San Antonio, you can pick San Antonio and find all those folks and connect with them. And when you connect with them, send them a private message. Don't just do a call connect. You know what is a call connect? Just like, don't do that. If you see somebody, spend some time, send them a private message. Hey, I saw your blog, I saw your website, I saw your profile, looks like it's interesting, maybe we can do some business together. Does that make sense? Send them a private message. You know why? Because everyone else does it like that.
Now, when you connect with somebody, you see how it asks you, how do you know this person?
Well, before you connect with them, you can click on their profile, right? And from there you can message them. So send them a message. Hey, by the way, I saw your company, I saw your blog. It's very interesting. I would love to connect with you. Do it.
So don't send a connect directly. Just
send the message first.
Send the
You
message.
have to be connected first.
Sometimes it depends on the setting. If some folks, what they do, they keep the setting so private that even if you connect, it will say, "Are you their friend?" Does that make sense? Don't do that. Leave it publicly open, right? So, but the thing is, for you to stand out from the rest, is send that person a message. You know why? Because the other person, wow, this person actually spent some time looking at my profile and send me a private message. Guess what? That's going to create a conversation easily. It works every time. I guarantee you, every time you send a message before you connect, they're going to respond back to you. If they're very active. If they're not, that means they haven't used LinkedIn for a long time. Okay, if you're not going to hear anything from them, that means they're not using it for a long time. Okay? But if you do it this way, you focus on the quality, and plus you're initiating the conversation. So the other person is going to be, oh wow, cool. So this person want to talk, I'm going to continue talking with them. Does that make sense? Do it that way. You can search employee by company. You can also save the searches and come back later on and continue searching. Okay? So that's what you do. Don't just set up your account and sit. Okay, and just wait for something to happen. No, spend some time every day and maybe look for I don't know, 5, 10 connections every day or every week. Focus on quality, and just go from there. In fact, I'm sure most of you have a business card, right? Collected from all the events. Look up their name. Look up their name. Hey, I mentioned this event. Would love to connect with you. Appreciate it. Okay? Any questions so far on this subject connect? Are we good? All right. Let's see. Is this thing frozen again? Oh, there you go. Okay. When it comes to adding gallery, the cool thing about this, like I said, I can add my PowerPoint presentation. I can upload share my YouTube link. If you have like a promotional or some training program, guess what? This is the best option. People love video. Instead of reading, they can just click on your profile and watch the video. Okay? You can add photos, video files, create a 30-second welcome video. Like, welcome to my profile, welcome to my LinkedIn account, appreciate it, thanks for stopping by. This is what I do, and by the way, check out my Pulse articles, check out my website. If you have any question, I love to help. That's my passion. I love to help. Comment below. Do that. You know why? Because nobody else, even I didn't do that. Okay, but I know some of my friends did it, and they've been having a successful with that. Okay, to stand out from the rest, because everybody don't do that. But if you do, they're like, oh, this is like different. Send followers to a landing page. This is where, if you have a link pointing to a blog post, have another link going to an actual lead page. So you can capture leads. That's how you capture leads. Because nobody's going to just look at your profile and decide to go to get into the list. You have to somehow show them how they can get there, whether through the summary or through any kind of link. So utilize the area, the facility within LinkedIn, and utilize it for your own advantage by pushing them to your landing page. Yes?
You know, like at the beginning of the page, I've seen someone where they have multiple pictures.
Uh-huh.
How's that done?
You just add in, that's it. And there's multiple shows up by default. And they click more, you can have more.
So it won't erase the previous one.
It's going to just go down, that's it. Nothing's going to be erased. It's just going to go down. If you add more, it's going to just go down. Any question adding a gallery? We good? Nobody lost a hair? Alright, joining and creating groups. So you can join a group and engage with them, or better yet, make your own group. Right? Again, taking Jonathan's example, he can create a group called Real Estate Investment Education. And if he has followers, invite all of them to the group. And now engage, now offer videos and links and blogs and tips. Now you become an expert because you're inviting everyone to come to your own group, and your group is 100% educational. There's no pitches, there's no sale unless people ask for it. But that's how you build your brand in LinkedIn. Or you can join other group within your niche, just like in Facebook. I joined so many other marketing groups. I see what people are asking, I engage with them, I help them, and then we become friends, and sometimes they become my customer. Okay? So you can go to these groups. When you go to this group, make sure that they're very active. Make sure that when was the last time they posted. Don't join a group that's been inactive for 3 months. Right? There's no point for that, right? Look for the groups because it will tell you when was the last time they posted. If it's like every day, perfect. Join that group, engage with them, do not pitch, just offer help. People ask questions, be the first one to answer. Okay? And that's how you create followers and good community. Does that make sense? Be the first one to go and answer. Share some third-party links. Let's say you're on an article somewhere else, share that and say, all right, this article is amazing, I like it, what do you guys think? Okay? So be a hub for information. Be the expert without calling yourself an expert. Do you see what I'm saying? When you provide that value, when you answer a question, when you help people, guess what? It's amazing how people actually follow you back. Because you become that expert, because you offer that help, and you answer the question, you spend some time. It takes a lot of effort though. And that effort is actually highly valuable. Nothing is easy, right? Anything that is worth it has to be a little bit hard. So consider which keyword your target members will search for. Make sure your group name is clear and includes the right keywords. So for instance, Jonathan is an example. He can start a group, San Antonio Real Estate Investment Education. Because people look for San Antonio Real Estate Investment or investor. Does that make sense? So when you create a group, make sure the group is easy to remember. It's a keyword based because if I'm looking for real estate investment education, guess what? His group will show up because that name is in the title. Does that make sense? Because you want your group to be searchable. Don't come with some weird name, Hoopty Boopty. Right? Who's gonna look for that? Make sure that the name of the group is searchable, it's easy to understand. Because you're not trying to create a brand out of the group. You're just trying to create a community out of the group. Does that make sense? Because I've seen some people use the brand name. Why would you do that? Unless it's a private group, or maybe if your brand is established. But if you're a small business, nobody knows your name. Use a keyword-based group. Like for myself, I can start San Antonio Online Marketing Group. I can start digital marketing training in LinkedIn, because those information are searchable. People are looking for it. Or maybe CPA 101 or tax, searchable keyword. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Create a group for your industry, not your company. That's what I meant. Don't call your company name. If it's real estate investment, create a group called Real Estate Investment. Does that make sense? Then after that, you can put by the company X, Y, and Z. Display the group in the group directory and on members profile. In fact, when you create the group, automatically it shows up in a group directory. LinkedIn has a directory, like a business directory. LinkedIn has that. It's called group directory. So when you go there, people can search for different titles, and all this group shows up. So by default, you will show up anyway, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay? Add discussion that will be interesting to members and not for your own self. Remember, it's all about your community, not about you. That's a big mistake. Anytime you talk about me, I, forget it. Nobody's going to follow you. But if you serve them, it's always about them. How can I serve you? How can I help you? How can I show you? Right? That's how you're going to build a brand. Okay? Don't just come with the trick of saying, I want to help you guys, but guess what? I have this program. Alright? I want you to join. You can do that later when you establish a strong trust and relationship, then you can do that. But initially, you got to focus on nurturing your community, on providing more value in building the trust. Because trust takes time. It's not going to happen right away. Does that make sense? It takes a lot of time. Okay. Share relevant news in job openings. If you want to hire people, you can add a post for a job so people can actually see it and they're going to, can you hire me? I'm available. Okay. You can do that for hiring processes. All right. Any more questions? Are we good? You're all quiet. You're all scholars. All right, recommendation endorsement. Like I said, to me, I value recommendation more than endorsement because endorsement is like a lazy way of saying you're good. Because it doesn't require anything, just like click the profile and select the skills. And I've seen a lot of people abusing it, spamming it by giving endorsement to everyone, expecting a return in the endorsement. Don't do that, okay? Be consistent in providing recommendations. That means if you want to get more recommendation every month, guess what? Give a recommendation to somebody else. It's very simple. If you know somebody that are very good, recommend them. And guess what? If they're sincere, if they're honest, if they like you, guess what's going to happen? They're going to recommend back to you. Okay? That is a trick. Well, it's not a trick. That's just a strategy. Give recommendation every month to somebody you know, some business you dealt with, you work with, and in return, they will give you more recommendation. You know why? Because the more recommendation you have, the higher you are in authority, the higher you are in trust. So when people look at your profile, like, oh wow, this person has so many recommendations, I'm going to hire this person, I'm going to work with this person. Does that make sense? And if you want to get so many recommendations, the strategy is very easy. Give somebody else a recommendation that you know. And give them a good recommendation, okay? Newsfeed shows latest recommendation, endorsement. Recommendation are more detailed. Endorsement are just like based on your skills. Add a skill to your profile. If you want to endorse top colleagues, you can do that. But I mean by the last one, endorse wisely and ethically. Don't be like those folks that just endorse everyone. If you don't know them, why are you endorsing them? Don't endorse them. If you ask them a couple of questions, if they help you with something, or if you read their blog, then yes, you can give an endorsement based on the knowledge that you gain about that person. Does that make sense? Don't be just a spammer, because I'm sure all of you got, every time you log into LinkedIn, freaking, I don't know how 20 people like endorsing you. I'm like, what is this? Right? And they're asking me, can you endorse me back? I'm like, why should I? I don't even know you. Why should I endorse you? Does that make sense? If you want to endorse somebody, make sure that you know that person. Like you actually know them personally. Then you can do that. Okay? But like I said, recommendation, it's much, personally, I would prefer recommendation over endorsement. Okay? Company page is very easy. All you have to do, go to company, add a banner, describe the company with a keyword, and just post updates. That's it. And put a phone number and a product. There's really not that much there. Okay, I personally don't have one. In fact, my team said they need to create it pretty soon, but I don't have it. That's it. Any questions? All right, so let's show you my profile. In fact, who wants to volunteer first? I want to show you my profile first. Then I want to fix your profile. Okay? Okay.
What's the Wi-Fi password?
I think it's, nobody's working, right? I thought it was a geekdom with capital G. 1100, but it's not working.
It's not working?
Yeah, it's because Anthony tried, it's not working. Let me turn off the light because it's not easy to see. Is that okay? So let's look at my profile quickly than have you all do the same, okay? All right, here we go. Okay. So as you can see, this is another one. What is it? Something they pop with these messages. So of course, as you can see, there is the messages up here. It's gonna show you how many messages I got, how many notification, and how many invitation. Look at that. I just didn't have time. Okay. And there's a search right now. You can search for people, you can search for jobs, you can search for companies, and more. So if I type, I don't know, SEO and do a search, now I'll find all these folks. I'll find the company pages, I'll find the personal people. See that? Companies, people. This guy's an awesome guy. Okay? And LinkedIn has two versions. You have a free version, you also have a paid version. I never used the paid version yet. And so, free's been working for me for quite some time. Now, when I go to the profile, see on the back I have like a message. So if you find my profile, you will see there's a message in the back. Right now it doesn't show because I logged in, that's why. But there's a banner on the back, okay? But if you look at my title, what did I do? See, I said Yusuf Chowdhury, digital marketing consultant. So somebody looking for a digital marketing consultant, they all show up. See that guy? JT, right? And Victoria, they're also digital marketing consultant, right? Because they have it below the title. See that? But the difference is with mine is like almost highlighted. See? Exactly by the name. You know what I'm talking about? See that? Everyone else looks like similar, but mine stands out. And plus, mine has some sort of description that they don't. Look at that. I said I help businesses generate targeted traffic and qualified leads. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Plus the title, digital marketing consultant. But the other two, business development manager at this company, digital marketing consultant, digital marketing consultant, digital marketing, that's it. So I'm standing out because I'm using different strategy right there. Out of the 68 people, I'm right there. Okay? And all these are companies. Does that make sense? So if you're a real estate investor and somebody looking for, I don't know, personal development coach or real estate investing coach, you can put that. That's one thing that I use and it's been helping me. Okay? And you can click on edit like that. That's the first thing. And this is what I did. See that? First name right here. And the second name, I basically added my last name dash the title. Okay? When you click edit in this area, this is where you need to basically make it a little bit interesting. Because most people, what they do, CEO of a company, a supervisor, right? Who cares if you're a supervisor? I don't care about that. But if I say something like, hey, I'm here to help you, right? I help businesses generate targeted web traffic and qualified leads using internet marketing technology. Interesting. So somebody who's a business owner who needs traffic for their website, and that's what I described in a short sentence, like an elevator pitch. Does that make sense? So you can do something similar right there. Then, of course, when it comes to right here, you select your location, right? Your zip code, your location, and what industry. So this is actually option from LinkedIn. So pick the right category, pick the right location, because that actually helps you to be searchable in LinkedIn, okay? When it comes to the current, these are right here. These are basically your experience. Any experience you put, like work experience, it will show up in this area. Okay, like the current, the previous work. Like where did you work? It will show you all the, where did you work the previous, and the current, where I'm working, or where I'm consulting. Okay? And education, let's say what college I went to. Alright? Then, right here it says contact info. Do you see I have my link right here? See that? This is where you're going to create a custom URL. So what you need to do is click on custom info, and from there you're going to click, let's see, custom info. Oh, by the way, there's a new feature right now. You see that one right here? Make sure you turn it off because it says, do not publish an update to my network about my profile changes. So you can turn it off. Because if it's on, anytime you make changes, everyone gets a notification that you make changes, like your title or your business or your work. And it becomes very annoying because people think that you just started to work, but you actually didn't. Does that make sense? So you can turn that one off. Now, when it comes to the link, it should be right. Where did it go? Where did the custom link go? Here we go. Right here. I click on this, and it will take me right here on the right-hand side. There you go. Create a public. No, I'm sorry, not here. Changing a lot. There should be a section when I look at your profile. There you go. Here you go. There you go. Your public profile link. So you click right there and give your name right there. Because if you don't, you're gonna have a long, weird numbers. Like LinkedIn.com, what is a bunch of weird numbers, and nobody's gonna remember that. So that's you need to have your actual link. Okay? Any question there? Are we good?
Yes.
Alright. Now, so this is for the profile. And when you go to the contact, please make sure you utilize the contact to put all your necessary information. So for example, like under the contact info, I have my Gmail address. I have my business address. I have 3 business addresses. Geekdom, VenturePoint, and FU, which is another advertising agency. I do consulting for them. So I have an office there. My work number, my email address, my Skype, my Twitter, my, if I have a, what do you call it, any other chat system, personal website, company website, if you want to put another social media channel, put as much information as you can. I've seen some accounts that don't have anything. I'm like, why would you do that? If you want someone to contact you, to call you, to email you, make sure all the necessary contact information is filled up in the contact info. Okay? I'm saying this because still a lot of people don't do it. Alright, so this one right here. Then of course on the bottom what it says, these are all optional. If you have awards, put what kind of awards you got. If you have volunteering experience, put all of them. Any test scores, courses, if you have like e-books or books, what organization you support, if you have certification or blog posts, which is the pulse, it's going to show up right there. Okay? So if you have all this information, do it. Now, when it comes to summary, check this out. This is my summary, which comes exactly below my profile. So right here it says what? It says, I'm a professional digital marketing consultant, business coach, and instructor with a combined 15 years of experience in the field of marketing research, right? I've given lectures at colleges and universities, both nationally and internationally, over topics within the areas of my expertise, which is social media, blah, blah, blah. Then when I click more, but you see, I spoke in the first person, right? If you have any questions about online marketing, feel free to contact me. That's it. And of course, I put my specialist area. I put all that.